Privy to this salvation, and I present to you Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher 2. We are in the tower in the Mage's Crypt, and yes. Alright. Okay. Of course. A Brookster and all this. Brooksay aren't exactly fireproof, so the fiery crane is exactly what you want to have against them. Die, please. Oh, that's the door. Come here. I have a reason why I didn't want to attack it. Okay. Okay. Yes, I am not entirely sure what I'm doing here exactly, you know. Oh. I don't know if I've ever done this. It's the truth. Do what now? Alright. That's the first door. Isn't it? That's the exit, yes. Because we need to find the other entrance. Okay, that's done. That was the first door. And this is the one at the bottom is... yeah. The exit from the first door when you come in. Don't think there's anything else there. Here though.
We've broken through! In the right spot!
Quiet.
Okay.
Stand ready. He killed Vanamar.
And many other mages. I know who he is, Cynthia.
In the same city as Philippa, and you didn't even bother to change your name. That takes balls.
Philippa's out of the picture. She's been arrested.
And I was supposed to die, but I didn't. Grave error.
I'll make you a deal.
You don't get it. You turned Triss into a cold stone. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out why I shouldn't turn you into a cold corpse.
She is alive and well. We decompressed her successfully. There were no complications.
And the interrogation after she was decompressed? Because you did interrogate her.
I personally supervised it. We presented the tools, gave her a few bruises, and that sufficed to get her to talk.
Tools? A few bruises? You really don't want to leave this crypt alive.
If we're to die, we'll do so proudly, serving the Emperor. But I think that unlikely. Contrary to what they say, you're no murderer. Triss told me so.
Got anything else to tell me?
Just one thing. I've supervised dozens of interrogations. All subjects talk sooner or later. That's an old truth. Though some resist longer than others. Triss Merigold did not resist at all. She grew pale at the mere sight of the saws, hooks and needles. She was prepared to talk before the interrogation began.
What did she tell you?
I will not betray the Emperor.
What did Triss tell you?
Please.
Well, well, another mage. What did she tell you?
I will not betray the Emperor.
I'm no good at interrogating others. Tell me, or I'll cut your hands off.
The Lodge of Sorceresses. We know its members. Margarita Loantil, Francesca Findabert, Fringilla Vigo.
Skip it. I'm not interested.
The assassinations of the kings. Philippa and Sheila de Tansarville commissioned them.
What else?
I don't know anymore. The subject needed to recover after the first session.
How can I get into the Nelf Guardian Camp?
There's one entrance. Beyond it, a long, heavily guarded corridor. You can't hope to sneak in. Renwald Matson chose the spot specifically to avoid being surprised.
Where are you holding Triss?
At the back of the camp, beneath a ruined building.
You're gonna help me free her.
Not likely. You're better off killing me now. You've no idea what the Emperor's intelligence apparatus does to turncoats.
Why are you here?
We suspect Dearhenna's laboratory may contain documents and books that could be useful to the Imperial Academy of Science.
That wasn't even close to funny. You're lying.
We don't know what's inside. Dearhenna was a talented man, but also an eccentric.
What do you hope to find?
That's confidential. I cannot tell you. Regardless, we need your help. The laboratory lies beneath the Redanian camp, which we cannot penetrate above ground. We want to get there through the sewers, but can't manage it without a capable swordsman.
Any deals we make will not be on your terms.
Hear me out.
So be it.
Witcher, help me complete my mission. Help me open Dearhenna's laboratory.
What'll you give me?
I've read the intelligence reports. I know your past. There are things in there, important things you don't remember.
I could force you to tell me.
I don't think so. Will you torture me? We both know you couldn't.
We'll come back to that. About that offer. Fine. I'll help you open the laboratory.
In exchange, I'll tell you all I can. Do we have a deal?
Yeah. One more thing.
We made a deal!
I'm even faster with my sword. No tricks.
Are we likely to encounter dragons?
Ah, great!
Or a related species? Perhaps other monsters?
That is how this world's built. Sewers are infested with monsters.
Alright, here's the deal, friends. Much as I dislike making a deal with this lot, I couldn't really not do it, because the other option would be to start a fight with them, which is completely pointless if you want to do the quest. Therefore, I had to do the deal. And yes, that's that. The other option would be to actually fight them, and it's a tough fight. And I don't feel like doing that.
Ghouls!
No.
Okay. Well. Rot fiends then. Oh. Ow. Do you respond to art? Ow.
That about does it.
I'm impressed.
I've kept my end of the bargain. I hope you'll keep yours.
Be sure of it.
Alright. Good to know that the Queen Endrigger can still give me a tough time.
Have you noticed Adelbear skulking behind us all the time? There's Nelf Guardian courage for you.
Let me save.
I'm no rat to run around sewers. What we're looking for, anyway? Some graves, I heard.
Graves? So maybe there is something in this for us.
Shut your traps. Want the sergeant to hear? We've been deep shite.
We've got company.
Redanian bastards.
Okay.
The entrance must be somewhere here.
If our experts are to be trusted.
Dearhenna dabbled in illusions, among other things.
He also experimented heavily with golems.
Golems with the power of speech, supposedly. They knew nothing of poetry, but...
Will you two shut up?
Yes, it's an illusion. I found a weak spot. Stand back. Later and Lorn. Lisa and Lorn. Later, dear!
At times I'm caught. You can get my kind of feat. Though I have no needles, they say I am piercing. What am I?
Careful with the answer. It could be a trap.
Typical of Dearhenna. He was a genius with a penchant for mischievous jokes, like a child.
So a couple of adults, purported experts, should have no problem solving this.
Indeed, it's trivial.
You do it then.
The answer is pain.
Incorrect.
I wonder what it is though.
No! Impossible! So many years of research together.
I can't
Why
even
did
loot
we
him.
ever embark on this? Imagine the books.
Let me save, because I'll be burnt to a crisp too if I don't get it right.
I'm seen to fly, described as hard. I can be your currency and heal all wounds, but not many things can stand my test.
Easy one, even if I didn't know.
What do you think? Just keep it serious this time. We don't need another corpse.
I think it's a feather. Lifted high into the air by the wind, it can appear to fly.
I was a mistress of riddles at the age of 10, but I've never heard of feather money or of fluff being a test of anything. The sun might work.
It appears to fly, can be punishing. It's minted on Nelf Guardian florins, and surviving it in the Korath Desert is a man's ultimate test. Fits nicely. But what if it's death? A metaphor for death.
Master Farid reveals his poetic soul. Touching. Too bad all the solutions are unlikely.
What do you suggest? Time? The Redanian eagle? A toothless vampire? Perhaps the Witcher has a better idea.
A toothless vampire is actually fun.
Time.
Correct.
Easy one.
It's going rather well so far.
Not for everybody.
Oh well. Don't be a wuss. Now what?
Someone's been here recently.
Hey, there's a door. Is there anything down here? Yeah, stuff. Okay. Save, because I don't trust this game. Certainly not this place. Oh, I know what this is.
Well, well, the competition's here. Kill them!
Although I didn't remember there were people in here.
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Bled a Nordling.
He's talking about
Another guardian.
Yes, but before I talked to that guardian and I remembered.
Later Elorn, Lisa Elorn, later dear.
Later, dear.
It's reacting to my spell.
Yeah, it's supposed to, isn't it though? Now these places are lighting up too. Anything else now? Let me check my inventory. If there's anything. What? Yeah, cool. I haven't any idea what that's supposed to be. Although yes, I mean it's just angles, I suppose, I don't know. Legendary treasures. Among the acknowledged treasures of the last century, 3 have gained exceptional fame. First is the Amber Chamber, which revealed Imoven's father took as a spoil when he defeated Medel of Temeria. This breathtaking masterpiece, a chamber's decor made entirely from amber, was sadly lost in the storm of war. Either buried or destroyed, all traces of it have disappeared. The second treasure belonged to the dragon Nokvist of Quartz Mountain, known also as the Crystal Mountain or the Mountain of the Burning Suns. A group led by Japan Zigrin killed the beast and took the treasure, which included sapphires singular in hue and diamonds as large as cherries. Said Gems then sent the jewelry market into disarray. The third legendary treasure of the century is shrouded in mystery, for both its composition and the detail of how and where it was found remain secret. One thing is certain, it included ancient artifacts of untold power. One of the items exploded, claiming the lives of 3 of the 5 mages studying it. The world at large might have heard more about the discovery on this occasion, but not long after the tragic accident, a veil of silence once more descended on the matter. The gnomes of Mahakam and Teotihuacan. In the north, gnomes are widely known to inhabit Mahakam, where they coexist in full harmony with dwarves without any of the discord that usually arises when 2 races settle a single area. Both the gnomes and dwarves, the mountainous region, I suppose, make a living by mining and processing the untold mineral riches found there. Yet the mountains, hills and vales of Mahakam are not home to the largest gnomish population. That honor belongs to Teotihuacan, where the diminutive creatures produce legendary weapons that are then exported both north and south. The famous guayes, forged according to gnomish technology, are reputed to be the best blades in the world. Though less known than the swords themselves, the blast furnaces and steam hammers which gnomes and dwarves use to smelt metal and work alloys deserve the same admiration. Few know that Teotihuacan became a leading exporter of beautiful opals after an earthquake revealed thick seams of the precious mineral. Gnomes are unrivaled masters of the jeweler's craft, and Mount Anu, the slope of which collapsed to reveal the deposits, is now called Treasure Mountain, as the opal is mined directly from one of its faces. Astrological curios. A long time ago, the princes of Remavod angered the powers of the depths, perhaps even the gods themselves. A sea dragon began to prowl the coastal waters, killing fishermen and pearl hunters. Poverty and hunger threatened the principality, so the ruler decided to appease the sea by sacrificing a maiden, for in those dark times that was the very matter for dealing with economic crisis. Luckily for the young woman, a witcher was in the area. Strolling along a beach, he noticed a serpentine beast emerging from the water towards the lass, who was chained to a seaside rock in less than decent pose. The witcher killed the dragon, freed the woman, and, as the chroniclers tell us, ploughed her with her consent on the aforementioned rock. We can see a reflection of these events in the summer sky, on condition that our silver lady does not show her face. There is the fearful lass looking west towards the dragon, slithering even ever closer, and beyond this the witch is sneaking up on the beast from behind. Let's face that, thing.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Coward. Let's take a look at this. This is an hourglass. This is a dragon. This is a door. This is a... I have no idea what it is. This is a woman with a bow in her hand. This might be an allegory for the moon. This is a skull thing. A mountain with a door, entrance, a tower, a burning tower for that matter, and an entrance to some place.
I persuaded Gaspar to pursue...
A group of travelers wander at night.
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Dearhenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
And the truth is that in this riddle, it's usually the most straightforward one, and the most straightforward one is the very real dragon constellation.
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry, silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nelf Guardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Which is rubbish, it's of course the full moon.
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item.
As we are.
The mountain vault is the tower.
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
Let me save. Yeah, why not? I just need to find my fresco. This one.
Intruder detected.
No!
I actually feel sorry for him.
Our expedition has grown. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course, my lady.
Alright, and this is going to be...
A golem. So Dearhenna's legend is true.
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Dearhenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
Now this is a very difficult conversation. You can mess it up quite easily. Do not ask too many questions or the wrong questions. Do not press, do not be offensive. I hope I get it right the first time, but I can't swear.
So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine? When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Dearhenna's mastery.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to end this now because my timer rang and this conversation will be followed by another conversation in the fight, and I don't have the time for this right now. I'll cut this short. This was Salvation, Geralt of Rivia and The Witcher 2. Wo weiter?